Hello everybody! Welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer League. This is the Wisdom players of Heim, I think is how you say it, versus Team Awesome. They're doing an Ambrosia Seed, which is standard opening. Defeat Ganon. They start with a sword. A sword. They start with an assured sword, and the uncle gives a hint about the boots, and each dungeon boss drops an item, not the map compass or keys. I am joined in the commentary booth by Wolflink0370. Say hello, everybody.
How's it going, folks? And how's it going, Ricky of Kukiri? So yeah, we have Team Hime versus Team Awesome. Kermit representing Team Hime, Hitsuyan representing Team Awesome. They are the players' wisdom for this game. For the first three games, the players' courage, the players' wisdom, and the players' power fight each other. Players' wisdom fight in Ambrosia. Players' courage fight in an open 7-7 defeat Ganon, which has already been marked as a win for Team Awesome. Players' power have yet to fight. I currently with them. That'll be actually tomorrow's match, one of tomorrow's matches. And like you said, we do have an Ambrosia Seed for you tonight, folks, which is basically just as you said. It's going to be a short sword. We have it starting here. It's not going to be active until we actually talk to the uncle, who will give us that boots hint. So let's hope for some early boots here. And of course, the bosses have that guaranteed item. It's not a dungeon item. But other than that, it just plays out like a normal 7-7 and defeat Ganon Seed.
The runners should be getting started any second now.
There they go.
There we go.
The boots are in the light world somewhere.
Oh,
great.
The most useless of hints.
Oh, I mean, they don't have to worry about going to Dark World. That might be early for all we know.
This is... Yeah, but I think that also includes, you know, places like Mimic Cave.
Let's hope it's not as evil as that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we're starting out with bombs here for these cases. We have map check here.
That was a fast map check.
Yep, I saw 3 crystals, one of the woods to this desert with a 5-6.
Yeah, I saw the Mahara and Eastern Palace were definitely blue. I always miss desert.
Alright, and our item from the uncle is 20 rupees. So now their sword is now activated, that they started with the game with. They couldn't swing it up until this point.
Oh, and they got early bombs from Link's house, so that makes Back of Escape perfectly convenient.
Yep, don't have to worry about farming drops, in which case there's only 2 groups in the pool that we can get to. The guards are one of them, the rats are the other, actually. Snakes, you might think, oh, they're in a different drop pool too. No, they share the same drop pool as the guards. And the keys, of course, drop nothing. Now, I think the green and the blue guards are in 2 different drop pools.
I believe that's correct, yes.
But it's a rather moot point because we're not going to see anyone grinding bombs at this point.
Yeah.
But as you can see, folks, just to go over what standard mode is, we, of course, are starting with the escape sequence as we normally would do. We do have a setting called Open, which is a little bit more commonly seen these days, in which case we skip this escape sequence, all the items are still available, and we can basically just have the sea wide open to us from the get-go. But today, we have to play through the opening prologue of the game.
The boots hint was for the light world, so they could be in any of the light world overworld checks.
That's right. Which means they can just be in Kakariko, they can be in Lost Woods. They cannot be on Death Mountain, though. That hint is actually different, I believe.
Oh, that's true. That means actually my Mimic Cave joke doesn't work in that case. Because that's Death Mountain. I always forget that.
So it's somewhere down below. The worst case they could be is, well, obviously Pedestal. Let's be real here. But I'd say Zora is also pretty bad, especially if you don't get that many to start things off.
I mean, Zora's not that bad if you, like, do the hula hand trick or farm rupees at the desert rock. Sorry, my words are not working today.
Error from Zelda Cell. Perfect
Wow.
spot for it. This is going to be a sub-5 escape for both our runners here.
Yes, Checkerboard Cave and Graveyard Ledge are considered Light World, even though you need to go to the Dark World with the mirror to get to them. But since they're in the Light World, they're Light World.
Yeah. Actually, I know another place that would be really bad for the boots to show up. Like Hylia Island. Because that requires the Titan's mitts, it's our mirror, which we just found, and the flippers.
Oof, yeah, that wouldn't be great either.
Well, either way, let's hope they find them relatively fast. The only place they can't be is in boots lock checks. So library, Bonk Rocks, Kingston, and whatever is in them can't lock them either.
Right, right. And with the Desert Palace was the 5-6 crystals, so and since that's often boots locked, we could conceivably get early boots thanks to that, but we'll see.
It really depends on what's in the Pyramid Fairy Cave today. And I'm not 100% sure it's going to be anything that amazing. There is, of course, an off chance in which the hammer is there, but that is so unlikely to happen.
Well, no, wait. How could the hammer be there? You need the hammer. Oh, wait. Unless it's an Agro 1 seed, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
The hammer can be there, in which case it would require Aghanim 1.
Wow. I have actually never seen that, and I never want to see that.
It can be required for you to get to defeat Aghanim 1 just for the Super Mom. But of course, that just depends if one of our other 5 squares is not a dungeon that would, by all accounts, be locked by the hammer. Because in that case, that scenario is just immediately outright. And with one guaranteed Dark World dungeon to have a 5-6, and about half of those dungeons are hammer locked, fairly good odds that we're not going to see that today. Alright, escape sequence done. Not quite a sub 5, but very good time, all things considering.
Yeah, that's a really good time. 5
Crystal
minutes.
1 and Crystal 4 up in Eastern and Hera, respectively. I believe we have Crystal 6 down in Desert. Now, another thankful thing is that we know of is that because the boots are, well, the boots, the Lumberjack tree can have them. So, but none of us going to check Agro 1 just yet. Now, granted, I would still check Agro 1, but that's just me. I want no information. 10 arrows there at the mushroom spot. Both runners are going to opt out of taking that.
The thieves had a bad haul today.
They did indeed. So, it goes without saying here, folks, that Team Awesome is definitely one of the strongest teams we have in the league here. They are one of the only 2 teams to go undefeated in regular play.
Holy heck.
And so far, they are still undefeated.
Yeah, they won the Courage match.
That's right. And the winner of this series will end up being the winner of their division, which was Skull Woods in the Dark World Conference. And then once this match is concluded, then we actually begin interdivision play to decide who is the Dark World Conference champion. And then the Dark Conference champion will fight the Light Conference champion for the grand finale. And we have a Master Sword there here for Hitsuyan as well as Kermit. If you want to see this bracket, by the way, folks, you can go ahead and check the league website where it's right up there for everyone to see.
Both runners basically in sync.
Yeah, this goes without saying they're going to check Kakariko thoroughly, looking for those boots, hoping they're here. But Master Sword is still pretty okay. We kind of don't want to see the lamp right now, to be perfectly honest, but knowing me, we're probably going to do it right now.
You cursed it.
Did I curse it or did I call it? Still need the Moon Pearl, though, for Aga access. Tempered Sword, okay.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm worried. I literally threw my hands up when I saw that, by the way. I don't know if we can see it, but still. I know my own luck. What can I say? 300 rupees here. That's actually a pretty okay spot for them.
Yeah, very nice.
And we did find a bottle at some point, so we can check the sick kit as well. And today, the sick kid yields the shovel. That's actually a good spot for the shovel.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
Yeah, because we're going to go south into checking the race game from here. And then we can curve eastward slightly and continue south and just go check the grove. A little bit of extra walking, but not that bad. Alright. Today the library is a heart piece. And Kermit's just gonna go for the race game, whereas Hitsuyan's just gonna check it with his eyes. Oh,
That
wait
was
a minute!
the hammer, wasn't it?
That was indeed the hammer.
Yeah, see, that's why I just do the race game blind.
Well, I like what Hitsuyan did here, because if it wasn't anything important, he could keep on walking
Yes.
instead of save quitting. Because I think he was planning to check the shovel immediately following that check if it was nothing important. Whereas if you're in the race game, if you see a bad item, you're probably fast to save quit. Yeah, you're probably fast to save quit at that point. Well, that hammer gives us a glove away from Darkworld access, minus the pearl, of course.
Right.
And the shovel spot is a red potion.
Nice. Convenient.
So the sick kid buried his own medicine? Is that what I'm getting here?
I guess so.
Anyway. We're going to mostly see a South Shore play here. Although, with the lamp, I wouldn't be surprised if someone makes the play and goes over to Eastern. Either.
Right, but there would only be 2 available checks, since one is guaranteed on the boss, and that's locked behind the bow.
Right. Forgot about the whole Ambrosia rule here. I'm not used to commenting these. So there's 4 checks you can check before then. You may only have 2 items max, but...
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know... That's something that would play into, like, my decision as to whether to go to Eastern or not.
Yeah. Now, we get the bow, just go to Eastern.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And... a glove would also be ideal as well, because that means the mountain is fully available to our runners. But I think our runners want to stay in Light World.
Right. The rock crabs, which I'm pretty sure are the same as the bush crabs, are dropping hearts today.
Yeah, the hoarder crabs are what they're called. They have multiple disguises. Anyways, what do we got here? Mini Moldorm. The cape. Uh-oh.
Well, in case the tempered sword wasn't good enough for Aga. Ooh, more money. And that was about it.
So, cape, tempered sword, lamp.
Yep.
Do I need to telegraph this anymore? That my Aga senses are off the charts right now.
Yep.
So, both our runners... Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. All they have left are the Ice Rod Cave, Agina in the desert, Sarasala, Eastern Palace, and if they don't find anything that opens up, we've got Aga, don't we? Unless I'm mistaken.
No, they don't even have access to Zora yet, even though they have the money.
Right.
And they're just being particularly careful about these crabs, because these sand crabs deal 2 hearts of damage when Green Mail. Yes. There's a glove, though.
There's the glove. Okay.
There's mountain access, not Dark World, just mountain.
Right.
And we covered a lot of the overworld so far.
Oh, and with that mirror, that puts us at Tower of Hera as well.
That's right, full mountain access, like I said. You just go straight up Spectral Rock, all the way over to the other side, with a hammer.
Yeah, which looks like both runners are doing exactly that.
I mean, there is 8 items on the right side of Death Mountain alone that they can access. Not to mention the couple in Eastern, or not Eastern, Hera, my mistake. And a couple over in the Spectacle Rock side. Kermit gonna take a little detour here to check what's in the Lumberjack ledge. Can't be our boots, of course, because this boot's locked. And it's just bombs today. So as it stands right now, it is Lumberjack access. Or Aga 1 purely for Dark World access. And it's only in this situation in which the Moon Pearl is on the pyramid, or there's an item that locks the Moon Pearl. Which at this point would be most likely be the flippers.
Right.
And in that case, they can sequence break that. Of course, it could also be our flute, and our Titan boots are up here. And that puts it at Checkerboard Cave, which is really bad. Or it could be a book, in which case we have to just go through desert normally. There's actually quite a few options, in which case the... Oh, hello!
Hey.
Hook shot, and this... Wait. That was a little bit gray. That's an important item that Hitsuyan just discovered. I didn't get a good look at it.
I didn't either, but he's going for it, so it must have been important.
Was it mint? It was!
It was.
Alright, so... We've got a lot of mobility tools, but not the boots. Makes me wonder if the boots are a really bad spot right now. Because all the easy spots are taken out right away.
Right.
So we just got stuff locked behind things. Dark World map check. Whoa! Top 3 dungeons are pendants. Thieves Town, green pendant. Skull Woods, Turtle Rock, blue and red pendants. 5, 6 at Palace of Darkness. So this is a scene in which we may not need the fire rod.
Well, maybe. I mean, if they could find bombos, but it's either fire rod or bombos for Ice Palace.
That's correct.
What? Why does the frog character turn into Bomberman?
I don't know.
I thought I could have sworn that the frog was the Chrono Trigger character.
It was. I don't know why he turns into Bomberman, but he does. It's probably a joke. We just simply do not understand there. Anyway,
Yeah,
big key in the basement. Hitsuyan's gonna Harapot up to the top.
Well, Kermit decides to bail. Oof.
I believe we just saw a boomerang on the ledge there for Kermit. Hitsuyan is going to attempt this again. I don't know why Kermit left the dungeon.
Well, because I mean, there is a bootsless setup for the Harapot clips.
That is correct.
Which is the one I know, kind of.
Also,
I've never done boots.
Here's the other thing. He has everything he needs to clear the dungeon, even without the Harapot.
Right.
So unless he... Okay, I think I know what he's doing. I think he's clearing this side of the mountain first.
And then heading back up?
And then heading back up, and we'll do Hera last. He's trying to find some more health, or maybe some armor. Or maybe, perhaps. Or maybe the boots, which we know can't be up here on Death Mountain. Hitsuyan unfortunately has to go the normal way here. Ran out of bombs. That could also have been a factor about Kermit. He wanted to conserve his bomb count. Moon Pearl.
There's the Moon Pearl. Alright. So that's Dark World access without having to do Agra 1.
Flippers. We have pretty much every piece of mobility except for the boots and the flute.
Oh, Kermit's just barreling on Tower of Terror.
Interesting call. Let's hope he didn't accidentally mismark that as a pendant. He's thinking for a little bit. So let's see what Kermit has left behind here as Hitsuyan's on the upper floors.
I mean... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, the big chest was required regardless, so... And it was just arrows.
Right, so I'm thinking Kermit's strat might be... There's only 2 checks in Tower of Hera. He could route it in on his way to Ganon's Tower. That might be the idea.
I could see that, yeah, but if there's something important on Moldorm, which we now know, then it's not going to pay off for Kermit in the long game.
Right, right.
Bombs, and a heart piece thus far. Another heart piece, and a third heart piece. Wow.
Life cave. Kind of.
Alright, time for Moldorm.
Oh, chat points out that once Kermit had the Titans and Moon Pearl, he could have done Super Bunny Cave and Hookshot Cave.
That's right as well. This could also be a case in which Kermit knows who he's up against and is trying to cut as many corners as possible to get an advantage checking other locations fast. Ether is on Moldorm.
Okay. So at 20 minutes and 48 seconds, Team Awesome gets the first crystal of this match.
So, Kermit might be trying to play aggressive with his routing of progression. And there's the boots.
Oh, okay, well.
So that paid out for Kermit, I'd say. But he did miss out on Ether. He did miss on doing all of Dark Death Mountain. He did miss out on getting Hera, which has the Ether medallion, which he has to do anyway. So we'll see if the reward was worth the risk coming up.
Right.
But at this point right now, I'd say it has worked in the short term for Kermit. Whether or not it will work in the long term is to be determined.
Yeah, exactly.
Finds the ice rod. We don't need that, actually.
That's always the way, isn't it? Pendant to the rock, early ice rod.
Bombos has been found, so Fire Rod is no longer a requirement.
Alright.
Well, except for one scenario that we should probably mention. Compass Room and Ganon's Tower.
Right, right.
Fire Rod is technically required to get to those shafts. Well, that's great. We just slashed a couple zeros off that 500 we paid for and got it back. Alright, let's see what Hitsuyan does here. Gonna leave, probably gonna go ahead and check Dark Death Mountain.
Alright, so Kermit... Kermit can full clear Swamp Palace. I think he's doing that now.
That makes sense to me. And yeah, chat is confirming that Kermit is a fairly aggressive router. So this means he's going to be taking... He's basically just going all in on the progression he has at his hands right now.
Nothing in Super Bunny Cave.
Alright, let's see what's in Swamp as we see what's in Hookshot Cave. And we'll see what the medallion is for Turtle Rock if we need to. $20 in Hookshot Cave alongside a pack of bombs, heart piece, and half magic. That one I'm gonna have.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have, but it's not gonna hurt not having it necessarily.
That's right. First item found in Swamp House in the meantime, it is in fact
20 rupees.
and Ether was required to enter Turtle Rock, which would you have? Ooh.
But Turtle Rock is a pendant dungeon, so maybe not required,
That is
depending
also-
on the item progression layout.
That is true. But that doesn't mean we can have our bow in there or something like that. It could be required to get an item out of Turtle Rock. Hitsuyan now in the Dark World. Kermit looks to be ignoring left side swamp for the time being.
Well, yeah, I mean, unless he finds the big key map and compass, so far it's looking good that he doesn't have to do left side. He's probably going to hit the back first.
Yeah, and we might see a trick here. We might not.
Looks like not.
No. Unfortunately, we will not be seeing Diver down from Kermit. He may not know the bomb setup, to be fair. He may only have learned the Samari setup for it. It's doing quick jump and die.
Ice Rod was in Waterfall Ferry.
Big key, 20 rupees.
He's gonna go check that big chest.
Yep, and I believe, yep, Hitsuyan's getting his boots now.
The glitch staircase strikes, as always.
Yep, and now here's the boots for Hitsuyan. So both runners have their boots that were hinted at. Kermit has gotten a little bit of a head start here.
Oh, okay, so this is looking really good that he doesn't have to do left side swamp. He just needs to check the waterfall room, and if that's an item, then left side swamp is just map and compass.
That'd be really good for Kermit. Checking Pyramid now for Hitsuyan.
Oh, nice.
It's something we haven't seen yet. So Aga's just completely off the table. We can already say that right now with all confidence.
Oh.
There's something on the left side.
Yep.
And nothing on the pyramid. We'll see if Kermit decides to go back for one item. I don't think he will, considering his aggression with his routing. But if it's something that's important, that could be absolutely devastating.
Yeah. I would know from experience, yes. It's been over a month, and I'm still a little bitter about that one, because I never skip that check. Anyway. So at 28 minutes, Kermit gets his first crystal. That ties the runners up at the moment.
And meanwhile, Hitsuyan does get a third bottle with a blue potion in it.
Oh, from Catfish. Okay.
Yeah. There's Ice Run now for Hitsuyan. Kermit's leaving behind the item.
Yep.
Looks to be heading into ice. Now, based on our items and availability, Kermit could be leaving a bow behind. Which, I don't think we could get a silver sin for it specifically, because the silver sin is always pointing to the second intended bow. If I understand it correctly.
I was under the impression they fixed that, but I could be wrong. But they're going to need a bow regardless before they get to Ganon because of Eastern Palace.
That's correct.
Oh yes, and chat pointing out that without the Can of Samaria, we are not seeing Icebreaker from Kermit today.
Nope. It is a bit unfortunate, but it happens sometimes.
Hitsuyan going into Swamp Palace. I'd say there's a pretty good chance they're not going to do Left Side Swamp either.
I don't know. Both these runners are both veterans here.
Yes.
Kermit is the way he's been routing, it made sense for him to do it. Hitsuyan has been a little bit more careful, a little bit more efficient. And most likely knows the bomb setup or diver down. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes Left Side Swamp up. Just to make sure that one item there is not going to burn him. Because he was up there, he full cleared hair even without having access to bombs for the hair pot, which he was attempting.
Right.
So that trip up might make things behind, which could also influence his decision up here. We'll see. I can see him doing either, to be perfectly honest.
Pedestal check is also locked behind one of the bows because of Pod. So I doubt we'd have a ped check today.
Oh, we have a book, maybe.
Well, okay. I meant a poll. Not necessarily a check. I misspoke.
That's fine.
Pod's a crystal? Oh, wait. I am blank. I thought it was a...
Pod is the 5/6. Pendants
okay,
are
never mind.
Skullwood's Ice Palette. Or pendants are Skullwood's Thieves Town and Turtle Rock, with green pendant being...
I can read the
Thieves
tracker. I
Town.
might want to do that.
And Kermit's just going straight to the boss here in Ice Palette.
Whoa, okay. How many items did he find? I didn't see any items in Ice Palace so far.
I think he's just going straight to the bosses. Oh, this is what he's doing. Okay. Because it's Ambrosia, he's using his aggressive routing to find the fire rod. A.
Okay, the fire rod was locked behind Bombos.
And B, he's using this because the bosses have an item. He's going for the bosses that are crystals.
Right, but with Ice Palace, that means you have to go back into Ice Palace.
He's
or
not.
not.
He's gonna probably attack Skullwoods next. If I had to guess.
Skullwoods being the green crystal, right?
No.
No, Thieves Town's the green crystal. So
Green Green pendant, yes.
That guys, okay, I can talk.
I know. Words are hard sometimes, don't worry. I mess them up all the time. Alright, so Hitsuyan knows there's an item now on left side swamp. We'll see if he goes back to it.
And Kermit is now going back to Death Mountain. Okay, yes, I am really confused about his decision earlier to skip Hera and Dark Death Mountain.
I have a rough theory in that he wanted more health for the fight. In part so he can tank the, this.
That's not the boot setup, so he wasn't waiting on boots.
Oh, he... he needs the boots for his, setup. Okay. For the, turn. That makes some sense. Anyways, freeze, spin for Hitsuyan getting his last item out of swamp.
Well, not last time.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, well, that wasn't on left side. Alright, Hitsuyan, are you going back in? Yeah, trying to do this dash turns, which I actually don't know. And Hitsuyan's gonna leave that other item behind too, so that item in the swamp is...
Yeah. I didn't know about the dash turn either. I know about the bonk, but not the turn.
And Hitsuyan also didn't open the big chest, so we left 2 items behind the fact.
Kermit gets his ether. And his second crystal.
And Hitsuyan is following suit.
Third.
So, we'll be taking care of Ice Palace. I expect Hitsuyan will be a little bit more thorough than Kermit is. Because this is a dungeon you do not want to double dip, but you have the choice. It is extremely long without the Cane of Samaria. Alright, so now Kermit's doing Dark Death Mountain while he's up here. Unfortunately, no Cane of Samaria, so cannot enter Turtle Rock. But we know it's not up here anyway, so...
He's gonna open it just in case, though. The only thing up here for him, though, is half magic. Unfortunately.
Which isn't that bad if you consider what he has still to fight.
Oh, yes, yeah, there is Spike Cave.
Yeah, he'll probably get Spike Cave at the end of it. And I'd say that Kermit has been exceedingly aggressive for his routing, to which is perfectly fine. Hitsuyan, as he doesn't quite get the double kill there with the Stalfos, I think Hitsuyan's been a little bit more methodical with his routing. Being aggressive, but at the same time not being inefficient. Alright, so Kermit will be checking Spike Cave. And yeah, this is Kermit going north here in the junction room. This is him doing a rather thorough clear of ice.
Oh, and Hitsuyan is doing a full clear of Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's definitely being thorough with his checks here. He does not want to come double dip this dungeon.
20 rupees in Spike Cave, thanks.
Oh, did I say Kermit? Remember how I said words are hard sometimes? Shaking my head right now. Anyway, hey, let's see what Hitsuyan's gonna have in store for him. Huh?
Did he? What? Oh, okay.
Did Hitsuyan maybe get 2 items already?
He skipped the big key chest, right? Like that's.
Yeah,
I was looking at Kermit's side. Oh, okay. I guess he got the 2 items then. I wasn't counting.
Clever reaction there. I completely missed those items. But yeah, with 3 items under his belt, Hitsuyan's done. Doesn't have to come back this way. Kermit, meanwhile, going to be showing us the bonk rocks. Just a heart piece. And of course, while we have a moment here, as we have Kermit enter the outskirts of Village of Outcasts. Shout out to our tracker, Dark Diplomat, for keeping those items up today for us. He is our tracker this afternoon. Hitsuyan now with his fire rod. Kermit not entering Skullwoods. Interesting.
I believe he's gonna go for the graveyard ledge and also bunker ledge here. Because right now, none of the crystal dungeons available are full clearable. So it's kind of a question of where do you go next? Because everything at this point is something of a gamble.
Well,
I think anyway.
Well, if I had to choose between our remaining pen dungeons, if I had a full clear something, I'd go Thieves Town because it's moderately quick.
Right.
There's 3 items plus the guaranteed item on the boss, and on top of it, the green pendant itself also is another item check. Beyond that, though, I'd probably also go to the eastern area because we haven't been over there yet. Sahasala might have something in his back faucet.
Yeah, that's true. You have Sarasala. You also, with the mirror, you can do Eastern Palace and Pod as much as you can back to back.
And with our inventory, our tools at our disposal, depending on... Well, no, they have a potion. They can potion glitch and get everything except for the bosses in each dungeon.
Right.
And if the bow's just in there, then more props to you for making the play. Final bottle found, 3rd for Kermit. Because I believe our bottle of blue potion in it was in the big chest of Hera. The runners have more or less met up again now here in Village of Outcasts. Really, the first one to find the progression is the one to go there. And if they're here in Village of Outcasts, I would expect the Thieves Town dip. Yeah, Hitsuyan's gonna go in. Here we go.
Yeah, both runners are, in spite of the divergence a little bit earlier, they've basically done all the checks the other did, and so now they're tied up. Like, I think the only thing is that Hitsuyan has the catfish check and pyramid checks done. But that was just a bottle and nothing on the pyramid.
That's what the 4th bottle was, right. Right. But yeah, both runners are in a fairly similar spot. I think Hitsuyan's done a couple more checks. Actually, they both have checks that the other hasn't done yet, but it's mostly loose end stuff that the other can clear relatively easily. 1 item in the front. 2 items in the front. That's a magic powder, though. And Hitsuyan is going to bail.
Interesting.
Kermit also bailing.
Is also bailing.
Kermit gonna be checking the hammer pegs first, it looks like, instead of taking the smith over here. A fair enough play. We'll see if it pays out. Only 50 rubies and hammer pegs, unfortunately, today. It's really hard to say who has an advantage right now with them checking so many different things between each other. They're both relatively in the same spot here. There's just one item walling them. And in the magic badge, doesn't change that fact.
Okay, Kermit. I guess we're not doing the blacksmith chain today.
It's all part of Kermit's aggressive routing here that we're seeing.
Oh, okay. Looks like we're going to do the Eastern checks then.
Yeah, Kermit is definitely going for fast checks and not any sort of fetch quests and the like. And it's gonna mirror here into Piles of Darkness so we can open up
Yeah.
that while he's here. Meanwhile in Skull Woods, we find just the map for the time being. We have actually a question chat that says wisdom players, and what does that mean? What it means by wisdom players, folks, is that each of the 3 members of the team have been given a pendant associated with them. So right now we have the pendant of wisdom players for Team Hime and Team Awesome, and they also have a member that has the pendant of courage and a member that's the pendant of power. All 3 members of the team are going to be fighting in the playoffs in games 1, 2, and 3. With each pendant representing them, as we find Quake here in Sahasra's closet. And so, with the Wisdom players, they will be playing Ambrosia Seeds in their game to start things, to open up their games. Players Courage will be playing an Open 7-7 to defeat Ganon, which for these 2 teams that has already happened. And Players Power will be fighting in a setting seed of the higher player's choice. That will be tomorrow. We'll have some details for you a little bit later then. Afterwards, if there's still not a deciding factor, because this is a best-of-5 series, all 3 members are allowed to choose a representative. It'll be the lower seed's pick of settings for seed 4, and then the higher seed is, once again, for game 5, if it's absolutely needed. The team on the opposing end has a veto. They can choose to say, you can't pick that setting. And then the other team gets to pick their whole list. Book of Medora, meanwhile, found by Kermit.
Which means we have a bow-locked pod. He's going to poach and glitch it. Hitsuyan decided to full clear Skull Woods. I didn't see what Moth dropped. I'm a little confused. I mean, this is just me, but why do Skull Woods and not do Thieves Town in terms of full clearing it?
Well, the best answer I can give is that this dungeon's you basically treat it like a cave. It's a lot faster to get through.
This is true.
But yeah, folks, if you want to see which team member is represented by which pendant, you can go over to the league website, and in the teams listing for Skullwoods, you can see all 3 members of Team Hime and Team Awesome, and what pendant represents which player. The league website is also where we're hosting our brackets, in which case, this is the Skullwoods Division Finals here. The winner of this match will start the winning team of this series will go into interleague play and start fighting the other members of the Dark World, the winning teams across the remainder of the Dark World Conference.
Chat points out why I'm not good at this game. Getting the fire rod off Cold Stare would have led them to Skull Woods to check them off. That's why.
Yeah, that is also a fair enough reason as well. Now, I will also add, folks, for those who may not be aware of it, for terms of the selection of settings that they can pick, they can't say, "Hey, we are going to be doing 6-6." It's always going to be 7-7. There's going to be no Randomizer, and there's going to be no entrance shuffle for those seeds. So, the worst we can get is, I think, inverted, swordless, key sanity, all dungeons, and you know, that seems familiar. Isn't it a match later tonight?
Yep.
That's not between these two teams, of course. That will be 18 later on. We'll get to that in a little bit once things are wrapping up here.
So Kermit's currently going through pod out of logic because he used the potion glitch to break the bow lock. So far, it hasn't found much of anything worth his trouble.
Yeah, meanwhile, Team Awesome's Hitsuyan is checking the smiths that we left behind here. Only counterfeiting on the smiths. Pay 10 rupees, get 10 rupees back, essentially. You literally did a check for 10 rupees. Okay, silvers were in pod.
So that's a bow locked bow. What the heck? Okay, he can full clear pod in Eastern then.
That's right. And folks, in case you're wondering why I said those were silvers, is because, again, like we just mentioned here, this is a bow lock dungeon, and the bows are progressive. So that bow is locked by the other bow. So this is our intended silver arrows that Kermit is holding right now, in terms of the logical progression of the seed. So our actual first bow is still out there somewhere.
Hitsuyan about to do the purple chest.
And that could be her first bow. And progressive bows are still relatively new, right? They were... Are they version 30 or version 31, which is the one we're on now?
We're on version 31. In version 30, those would have been the silvers unusable until the bow was found.
That was it. So yeah, progressive bows are brand new to the randomizer. Well, I say that, but version 31's been out for a few months now.
Since September.
Jeez, has it really been that long?
Yes, it has.
Anyway, how much are being fought here? So be really careful. Gets it done though. Well, Only 20 rupees on Helmsir King, but we get our fried sticks crystal.
That's crystal number 4 for Kermit. And Hitsuyan is headed.
For Pod Eastern as well.
Yep.
Now, what a kick would it be if the actual first bow was in Eastern?
We're about to find out.
I mean, I already called the lamp, so...
It would have to be in, obviously, the front of Eastern. It can't be on Armos.
No, it cannot be.
We can't have 2 bow-locked bows. Okay, really?
Might as well be bow lock bow. Single arrow. And big key. So one more item before the boss.
Right.
You know what the worst part is? The bow could also be on the tablets or in desert. And it was a forced double dip of pod as a result.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it looks
Okay, that's the last item of Eastern Palette except for the boss, so Bo wasn't here.
So that book is definitely what they were supposed to find, so desert is the next play. By the logic standards. We are missing Kane and Samaria.
Oops.
Now here's the thing. We don't know what medallion is for Misery Mire. We have all 3, so that's a moot point.
Right. We still need the flutes.
We need the flute and the Cane of Samaria and our first intended bow so we can figure out where the heck it was supposed to be.
Right.
Ooh, Kermit not
Ooh.
quite getting the quick kill.
Getting bopped around. And now stomped on.
Car container for Kermit.
Eastern Palace was dry.
Yep. But that is crystal number 5 for Kermit. His routing is definitely paying off here in this Ambrosia Sea.
Yes, yes, and so far none of his skips have hurt him at all, which is very nice.
Yeah, they've either been he's either dodged those bullets or Hitsuyan made the same choices. Both of them not checking the left side swamp. Both of them.
Oh, the bow could be on left side swamp. You said that earlier too.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, not that it matters. They have their second bow, but
Kermit back in the Dark World.
well, he's gonna check the Bombos tab and then jump into Desert Palace most likely.
That is most likely.
Though this trip to the swamp is just kicking him.
And Hitsuyan about to get the lock bow.
Oh my goodness, I just realized both runners are still on Green Mel, and it's 58 minutes into this.
Yikes. That's what happens sometimes when you play Rando.
Nope, not Bombos tablet.
Alright. Let's go see what's on Desert. We haven't actually seen Desert Ledge or Gina. That was,
That was-
something with a rupee. That was something with a number, so I think it might have been rupees.
It might have been rupees or arrows, but yeah, not a progression item.
And where's the bow? Hitsuyan's about to find it right now. And that bow's the only one we found, and it's not in logic. Oh,
Ooh,
that's...
that was nice. Sanctuary Heart.
You know what it also means, though? Boots Lock Desert.
Yes, indeed. But we found the boots on the camper, so it's all good. And that means the final item is on Lanmola's. Kermit is heading there now. Doesn't have to check any of the rest of Desert Palace.
That's correct. Now, here's the thing. Kermit is running out of checks that he hasn't left behind. But he has been absolutely blazing a trail through the seed. He has been full throttle, non-stop, going through the seed.
Well, after he does Desert Palace, he'll be able to do Pyramid Fairy. And then after that, we're coming. Oh boy.
He's running out of locations.
Yeah, he's running out of locations, and like looking at the tracker and everything, like once he does Desert Palace, Meyer is absolutely locked until we find both the flute and the Cane of Samaria. So it's just like this is where things get kind of nasty if he doesn't find those quickly.
Yeah, and for all we know, both runners could have left it behind in the swamp. Kermit has been rather aggressive with his riding, like we've been mentioning. Easily could have left it behind in some other checks. Alright, Lamolas, for us have the bug catching net.
The most useful item in the game.
I mean, if you're playing swordless, yes, that is actually the most useful item in the game.
Alright then, Kermit, where do you go now?
Agina, it makes sense to do while you're here. Afterwards, probably to go check Ether Tablet, and then... if he doesn't find anything in terms of regression, he checks Super Pyramid Fairy. Which doesn't feel the greatest. But at the same time, it's either that or he starts backtracking through the seed, in which he doesn't really want to do.
Hitsuyan checked Agina, so we knew it wasn't going to be a bow. Starts at Link's house.
Super Bomb.
Right. I just said that too. You know, my brain can just, keep track of itself.
It's Super Bomb, back to Thieves Town, Ether Tablet, and then after that, Kermit has nowhere else to go but other dungeons that he's been to. And I don't know how efficiently he's cleared some of these dungeons. I know he's left an item behind the swamp. Both runners have.
Well, so it's the back of Thieves Town. He hasn't gone into Skull Woods at all. Wait, where? Oh, he's doing K40.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen the cave checks here.
No, Hitsuyan did it. It was nothing. I think it was just 10 arrows. Or something similar. Or a rupee. Hitsu full cleared Skull Woods, yes.
Well, I don't know where our runners could go. I'm starting to think, climb the mountain. Go check the Ether Tablet.
Right, but that's, They can't do anything in Turtle Rock until they find Samaria. That would actually be pretty nasty if that's the item they find, is Samaria.
I mean, I would completely agree to that, but at the same time, Samaria and Ether Tablet wouldn't be that bad because they can check Turtle Rock for the flute while they're up there.
True, true. And that's right, chat pointing out that one of the items they find has to be the bow in order to put them back in logic.
Hitsuyan, meanwhile, fighting the Armos Knights, getting the quick kill set up. There we go, well done.
Very nice.
Kermit Fairy, meanwhile...
Spike was checked, it's a red rupee. Nothing on Kermit Fairy. Wow.
Free fairies, though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Kermit checked Spike Cave when he went back up to do Tower of Hera.
Alright.
Kermit about to get his 4th bottle.
Yep. And then we're gonna have to wait and see where they go next.
Yes, Kermit did check Graveyard Ledge. It was trash.
I think both runners should check Graveyard Ledge at this point. Gross, I could be wrong. This thing has just flown by, though.
It has.
It can be over in a matter of 20 minutes from now, depending on where they go next.
I mean, we're only an hour and 5 minutes in, and we're struggling to come up with... Okay, wait, they only have like 5 locations left? It's been really quick.
Hmm. Yeah, I think our next place to go is the mountain. Kermit, gonna go to Sanctuary, though.
This looks like a Skullwoods Thieves Town play.
That makes sense to me. Thieves Town, back in Thieves Town is one of the few things we don't know about yet.
And Kermit doesn't know that Skullwoods is empty.
No. But here's the thing, in the back of Thieves Town, if one of the stars is the King of Samaria, then we could be looking at a flute for pet for Flute Seed. At the very worst.
Oh. You're right.
Samaria cannot be on pedestal, though, because there is no way to enter Turtle Rock without the King of Samaria.
Right. But if you get the King of Samaria, you can full clear all the pendant dungeons.
Yeah, here's the thing. If the King of Samaria is the back of Thieves Town, our first bow, could also be on peg. Because keep in mind, folks, our bow right now is in fact our intended silver arrows because it was in a bow-locked pod in Harvest Hellway specifically. So it's 100% possible that our first bow is actually on pedestal, and want to see if that would be. It would also give our runner some insight as well.
Insight that the pendant dungeons were en route.
Alright,
both
there's
items
one item.
Skullwoods, okay.
And I surmise that we're going to see a mirror and a pet check from Kermit. Because at this point, he's running out of checks. He wants to be absolutely sure he has to do these pet dungeons.
Yeah. He's not going to get Flu in Skullwoods. We saw Hitsu do this dungeon already.
Yeah, it was a heartbeats on the boss here. Alright. Once again, our runners will be tied up on boss kills.
There's a possibility it's a vanilla King of Samaria and Mystery Mire, but we still need to find the flute to be able to do that.
That's correct. Alright. Crystal Independent, respectively, for our runners here. And we'll see if Kermit has the mirror equipped. I think this isn't going to be a pet check.
Both runners tied up in terms of dungeon counts.
Here we go.
Couch
20
cash.
rupees.
Okay.
20 rupees. So a pet is not the answer, but maybe a pendant dungeon is. We'll see as Kermit now clear who now
I mean,
having finished.
Kermit's going the long way through Skull Woods. He's got to be going to Thieves Town now.
Yeah, both desert and swamped up for both runners at this point.
Hitsu about to do the Pyramid Fairy. Correct. The only things left in Skullwoods are just the dungeon stuff. There's only two items in Skullwoods, and they were both in the back: a heart container and a heart piece.
We're getting mugged by the thief. And yeah, we're gonna see a green pendant clear here for Kermit.
They didn't need to do the front of Skullwoods. They both just went straight to the back. And since they have both items, they know that the front doesn't have anything, because Skullwoods only has 2 items.
And thank you to all the folks from SpeedGaming 3 now joining us here. Here we are in the middle of an Ambrosia seed, in which case both our runners have done a majority of the dungeons. And that bow is not in logic. It was actually found in a bow-locked pod.
Both runners are a flute and Kana Samaria away from being able to clear Mystery Mire, which is their final crystal. And they're trying to find where those items are.
That's right. Kermit's in new ground here. We have not seen the back of Thieves Town. In case you're wondering what the settings for the seed were, this is an Ambrosia seed. So basically, you're playing with the week 2 settings from the league. Team Awesome is up a game here, and Hime is fighting to try to get a point on the board as well. Here in the Dark World Conference, might as well be the Dark World Conference Finals, because the winner of this is going to be the winner of the Dark World Conference, and then inter-conference play will begin next week.
Well, not this match in particular.
No.
I mean, this team still needs to do one more match at least to determine who's on.
That's right. In case you're wondering what I mean by interdivision play, folks, there is a bracket over on the league's main website, as I mentioned before, in which you can see all of the match teams in the playoffs and where they stand right now. So currently, these two are fighting to decide the winner of the Dark World Conference, or the Dark World Division. In which case, they will be fighting the remaining, and the winner of this series will be fighting the rest of the Dark World Conference divisions for the Dark World Conference Championship. And then the winner of the Dark World Conference Championship at that point will fight the winner of the Light World Conference Championship for our grand finals here in the league.
There was nothing in Thieves Town doing blind, and there was nothing on the Ether tablet.
Then it has to be blind, I think. Either that or it's in one of the dungeons we missed.
We haven't. No. Mire is locked until we find Flute, and Turtle Rock is locked until we find Samaria. So.
Yeah, it has to be on blind then. If it's not on blind, then it's not Green Pendant.
Green Pendant.
Yeah, so if it's not on Green Pendant, then it's in Left Side Swamp. I think that's our only two locations left in logic.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yes, Hitsuyan did purple chest. It was bombs.
Kermit's about to... No, Kermit's going to say no.
He used to do dig game, though. he also needs to do blacksmith. I mean, he doesn't need to, but in his mind, he needs to. It's always left side. At least the dig game was nice and easy. You know,
Yep,
give you the
that
bad
was-
news right away.
That was a quick game.
Okay, we're getting blacksmith. Going to be disappointed there too. Kermit, do the green pendant.
I would hope so.
Hitsuyan now going to Thieves Town.
All right. Kermit, where are you going? It's gonna turn to the purple chest.
Right.
And this could be left side or purple chest into checking left side swamp, which would be an
Well,
okay
if he
play.
was going to do left side swamp, he would have gone to the pole and then used the mirror. He's just doing Lightwood right now. He'd have to double back.
Yeah. Of course, he could have just thinking safe quit, check eastern. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Save and quit.
So at this point, we are down to green pendant and left side swamp.
He's going to check Ether Tablet first.
As far as who has an
No.
advantage, it's really hard to say at this point. Really, the next person to find the next progression, one of the two progression items we're missing, has the advantage, I'd say.
I'm
Because if it's
pretty.
Kane, I'm gonna go. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was responding to chat. I'm pretty sure the purple chest says, "Can't you take me someplace nice, no matter what door you try to go into?"
That is correct. I will agree with that. But yeah, no matter what, I don't think anyone has an advantage in this race per se, until they find the next major progression item. Because once they do, they pretty much know, hey, if it's Flute, go check Mire. If it's Tina Mario, go check Turtle Rock. And they'll most likely find the other item there. And right now, we know it's can only be either on this green pendant that Hitsuyan's about to get, or it's gonna be in left side swamp. And Kermit is going back for checks he's missed. This is where his aggression is starting to backfire, I'd say. Because now he's doubling back to check the locations he missed because he feels like he's missed it.
Oh, that's right, because he didn't check big chest. Because he didn't have... Wait. I thought he got both items in here, didn't he?
No, the other item's in the big chest.
And he doesn't have the big key.
Nope,
Because
which is vanilla.
Oh.
Hitsuyan got both items.
Right,
Because he
right.
failed Harapot and had to do the full clear.
Oof, that hurts. Because at this point, we know, based on process of elimination, that it has to be the green pendant or left side swamp.
And folks, Compass was in the gated location in the basement that he saw. So he doesn't have that, but he knows it's there. It's down the stairs right there, as you can see from him. Just a clear confusion. Green pendant check. It's the flute.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, and there you go. Hitsuyan was very strategic in terms of just full clearing everything in front of him. Kermit did some skipping, and that clearly added up. So the flute opens up Mire, but we still can't finish Mire unless the Cane of Samaria is in Mire. Or at least the Mire area, because we do have Checkerboard Cave and Mire Shed.
That's right. So we've got a few more cages to open up because of that flute, but we are most likely closing in on the end of the seed here. Kermit, though, is not that far behind. Is going to check a green pendant, is going to get the flute.
Okay, this is still a race.
Still a race. It comes down to minute. It's about a minute now, I'd say. And even then, first person to make the call on the side swap probably will win. We don't need to see the medallion for Misery Mars. We have all three. Blue cane shield.
Oh, that was a trolley Cane of Burn. When you're looking for the Cane of Samaria.
Right shape, wrong color. Still have some hope here, though. We still have one item available in Misery Mire. And we have Left Side Swamp. And that's what it comes down to. And as a reminder, folks, one of the settings in Ambrosia is a boss has a guaranteed item. Can't be map, compass, small key, or big key. So, there's only 2 items in Mire.
And only one of them is accessible right now.
Exactly.
This is coming down to one item check in Mire versus one item check in Left Side Swamp.
And both runners look to be checking Mire. So, no matter what, I think it's safe to say Hitsuyan has a lead. Unless for some reason he decides to bail. Because I think at this point, it's pretty much a linear path to the end game here. There's still a little bit of variance with Ganon's Tower, though, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Oh, chat points out that Kermit still has a couple checks in Ice Palace to do.
Yeah, because he aggressively attacked that dungeon, went straight to the boss.
Oh, and we're still missing the first bow.
That is also true. And it could be here. Nothing's stopping it from being on the boss that is Vitreous. Cane to Samaria, that is Gomo for Hitsuyan.
There we go.
1 hour, 21 minutes, and 13 seconds.
French vanilla.
Now, all we want to see right now is a big key right here. That'll be just amazing. Ah, it's only a small key, so we gotta hunt for that big key still.
What time did you say Hitsuyan hit go mode? 1 hour 21:13?
About so, yeah. Why?
Okay. Well, no, just to compare when Kermit gets it. Because that'll give us a good baseline how far behind Kermit is.
I'd say Kermit's about a minute behind. Yeah, and
about a minute, yeah.
Yeah, their clocks are a couple seconds off on each other, or so. It's definitely about a minute difference. There's the big key in the lobby chest.
There we go.
Now, it's still anyone's game, I'd say, at this point.
Yes.
Because this could come down to a left-right Ganon, someone falls on Ganon, they take too much damage because they're still on green mail.
They're still on green mail, they've done all these checks.
And in fact, if both runners take a fall right now, Kermit has the advantage. And I say this because, in case you forgot, he did Pyramid Fairy, and I don't think Hitsuyan thrown the bottle in like Kermit did.
That's right, yeah.
Kermit has a fairy. Yeah, this is gonna come down to execution on both of our runners' parts here.
Yes, Hitsu did do the Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, both runners did Pyramid Fairy, but I don't think Hitsuyan threw a bottle into the fountain like Kermit did. Is what my point is. So if a death is what matters here, Kermit's deaths will be a little bit less taxing than Hitsuyan's are. Hitsuyan unfortunately did not get Spooky Action Glitch. Is gonna have to do this dungeon the old-fashioned way. And this can come to a left-right. It can come down to a Gannet Ball. It can come down to a Moldorm Fall. Because at this point, we're still dealing with Silverless. A Gannet Ball is still likely. Not saying these runners will fall, mind you, but there is the fringe chance. Alright. Plenty of help to run on the slime here. Ooh, takes a big hit though. And a piece of heart on the boss. So our first intended bow is still up there somewhere. It has to be Turtle Rock. We've checked everything else.
Or Left Side Swamp.
Yeah, still left this swamp.
But yeah, ouch. Can you imagine if the logic was you do Thieves Town, get the green pendant for the flute, to go to Meyer to get the Cancer Mario, and then go to Turtle Rock to get the bow, and that opens up Pod and Eastern Palace?
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a strange thing. And yes, folks, as a reminder to you in chat, by the way, we have a game we'd like to play. I almost forgot about that. So you're not doing it. We have 22 chests in Ganon's Tower, only one of which is the big key. Give us a number in chat to tell us where the big key you think is today. Ricky, what do you think it's gonna be?
I'm gonna go with 7.
You're gonna go with 7?
Yeah, I'll go with 7.
Alright, I'll one up you. I'll go 8. But yeah, folks, this could still come down to a lot of different factors here. And just a reminder to those in chat who's wondering, wait, they have a bow. Why is it they're still looking for a bow? As a reminder to you folks in chat, that bow was in Palace of Darkness, bow lock. So this bow we have, because it's progressive now, was intended to be our second bow, our Silver Arrow. And I'm not 100% sure if the Ganon hit accounts for that still. Oh, I believe it still makes you think you have a bow, but it doesn't check to see if you have which bow you have. I could be wrong about that. We'll see when we get the Ganon fight. We'll get a hint. And as both runners are entering Ganon's Tower, keep in mind, folks, that we have a divergence. We'll be following Hitsuyan for the game, for our game here today, as he is the first one to enter. Alright. We're gonna start with Hope Room. First chest is 50 rupees. Second chest, the other single rupee. We've already seen one of them. Hitsuyan's going left. Kermit's starting left. There's a big difference right there.
Number 3 is the torch, which is just a small key.
Hitsuyan, Kermit going full left here, is now just barely in the lead. We have a race, folks. Chest number 4, small. Chest number... Or map. Chest number 5, 20 rupees. Chest number 6, 3 bombs. Kermit's
Well,
gonna go Dark Magician route.
That was number 7.
That was number 7, my mistake.
It's all good.
Both runners doing Dark Magician!
Oh my goodness! Except Kermit's going to do these checks. That's going to basically, yeah, tie him up again. Here we go. Well, kind of. The timers are, Hitsuyan is like 2 seconds ahead.
Yeah, that might be a little discrepancy when they started the timers. So yeah, that fire rock come into play. They're all synced up here. Kermit's just a few seconds behind at this point. We have a match! Oh, I can't wait. 8 is small key. Number 9, 50 rubies. 10, big key!
Number 10.
The seed 1-upped us. That was Ricky. Well, 2-upped you, but details. Number 10, folks. Both runners are going up, literally seconds of each other. Stay tuned. This is a really light finish here to this race. Any mistake right now, and the lead can change. All right. Man, this seed has just been crazy. This is going to come down to execution in here, I'd say. I want to give that to Hitsuyan here.
Yeah, Kermit's about 4 seconds behind based on the times they went through that door.
A Molder fall, a Ganon fall, a Ganon death. And this is all going to change in a matter of moments. And keep in mind, folks,
okay, I need to learn how to do that with this selfless zoom. Good grief, that was... Wow, okay. Both runners just slaughtering this gauntlet.
Room for room! They are room for room right now. This Molder arm efficiency could be a big deal here too. Kermit gets through it first!
Wow. Okay. So that puts Kermit about 3 seconds ahead.
Oh boy, here we go.
And both runners have got to be like, where's the dot done? What's going on?
Folks, I'd like to remind you here as we get to the near end of this race, if they finish within 2 seconds of I or C, they will rematch under the same settings. It will count as a tie, and a tie equals a rematch here in the playoffs. This race is way too close to call right now. Both runners are literally room for room going up Ganon Tower. This is amazing. Kermit not grabbing the magic. He knows he has enough. Wow. It's a little bit more time saved there. Every movement matters.
Yeah.
Kermit gonna opt for the fairy field here. Grabs the magic there. He's ready to go fight Molder too. Hitsuyan's just wasting a little bit of time here. Molder 2. Down for Kermit. Down for Hitsuyan. They're both exploding at the same time. Armor in the final chest.
What the... Oh, okay. Which Hitsuyan skips.
That is actually very much a huge advantage for Kermit. He can afford to be a more risky in the Ganon fight. What is this? Gaga 2 now. This is another major point of time and gain and loss here, depending on how well they get it. That's a triple. Triple for Kermit. Looks like a single for Hitsuyan. Another double there for Kermit. Oh, one of those didn't count. It's a single. There we go. Kermit has defeated Aga 2.
Wow, that was fast. And
Hitsuyan also
Hitsuyan.
defeated Aga 2.
Oh my
Ladies and gentlemen,
goodness!
it's time to fight the pig. It's Tempered Sword Silverless. When they should have silver arrows. What is this? Oh my goodness. They both have the same Aga cycle, so 2 2s and 2 1s. Kermit, first one enter Ganon. This is indeed rando. Here we go.
This is amazing.
Paraphrasing. Let's go. 2. 12 hits for Ganon to change phases here with the Tempered Sword. 6 spins alternatively. Good position here for Kermit to rack up some doubles here. And is in the phase 2. Hitsuyan's in phase 2 in a different location. Can't get doubles. As cleanly. He might have a 1-1 here. Hitsuyan is in the lead! Ganon trolling both our runners here with multiple
Stop with the
random teleports.
teleporting.
They are on hit for hit right now for phase 3.
Oh my goodness.
Final hit now. Silvers, we're in Death Mountain. What?
Mimic Cave? No, that's... Yeah, that has to be Mimic Cave!
That has to be Mimic Cave, you're right.
Oh my goodness! And that was the logical first bow. That's ridiculous.
Orange glitch for Kermit. Oh my goodness. Oh! Kermit choosing not to hit right there. Gotta hit those slashes again, teleports away.
Oh, this is so close. This is insane.
Hitsuyan's the first one to finish! Kermit's the 2 though! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner of the race.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the IRC results here. Get your G in the chat for both these runners. They both finished with a time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 31 seconds in IRC. This is
They
a tie.
tied?
This is a true tie here for this race. What an ending!
What? Wow. That's
So,
insane.
ladies and gentlemen, these two will fight once again in the match here. We have no winner here. So the players of wisdom for Team Hime and Team Also will rematch at a later point this week.
Yeah, Tracker, we can't mark either of them as win. It's a tie.
Let's get these two in here.
Wow.
I gotta ask him.
Give us a moment. We're getting the runners in here.
It looks like they are taking part in a German restream team interviews for the time being. Oh my goodness.
Wow, I haven't calmed a tie before. That was awesome.
That was my first tie as well, to be perfectly honest. What an ending to this race, though! Oh my goodness! That is the excitement you want to see in Randomizer. A true tie for this game. And I believe that was also the first tie against Team Awesome as well.
Yeah, they've had
a perfect win record, and this is just some very minor blemish here, as these results will get redone.
the official SRO time was a tie. If the official time is within 2 seconds, it's declared a tie. So the on-screen timers aren't what we go by. It's the SRO time instead.
That's right. And even then, folks, the gap for the margin of error for a tie is 2 seconds. As you can see, the timers have stopped pretty much dead center on both runners. So there is no doubt that this was a tie on all accounts.
Right.
We are now joined by Kermit, and Hitsuyan will be shooting to follow here.
GG's.
Just an amazing race, GG. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
So how did that feel, going all the way up to Aga 2, going through the tower, going to Ganon, and not seeing that dot done?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I thought I was gonna lose because I found the flute so late.
You actually only found the flute roughly about 30 seconds after Hitsuyan did.
Oh wow.
And you know what? And we are now joined by Hitsuyan. GG's as well. So I'm just gonna say this right now. How this worked is Hitsuyan got into Ganon's Tower first. You both were literally the cutscene apart. He went left side. He went to Hope Room first, and then at that moment, you two were synced, room for room, with Kermit getting a minor advantage coming out of the Molder 2 fight, and then it just cleaned up. Both of you went into sync again at Ganon. Oh, what an ending! What an ending!
Man.
Nice.
And that bow was apparently in the Mimic Cave, as we can determine here. That would have had another 10 minutes or so if you went for that. Both of you great sequence in that bow. Man, this is just an amazing race. Walk us through your mindsets here, both of you, please. Or is yours?
Oh, you go first.
I cannot explain that good in English, I think, what's on my mind at the moment. At the beginning, I don't know what the seed really wanted and also fucked up something in Hera. That was the first moment I got tilted, and then, yeah. Then I skipped some things like Thieves Town, Swamp, 2 checks, and at the end I had to catch up some checks. Then I found my book in pot, was thinking the book is leading to something, but at the end it was all time the green pendant into Maya Kane. Yeah, and the seed wanted us to go Mimic Cave for the bow, the normal bow.
So yeah, I'll tell you this one, Hitsuyan. When you actually grabbed the flute, you were actually the first one to do so, and only by about half a minute. And you were basically, after you did the Hope Room, you two were literally room for room going through Ganon's castle, or Ganon's tower. That's how close this race was.
Yeah, I saw the last minutes because of the delay. Was very close.
Yeah, that armor upgrade was found right at the end by Kermit.
I mean, their credit sequence on screen is in sync, practically.
Yeah. I think this is the first true tie we've had in the league as well.
Oh,
So,
man.
I guess you two will be fighting once again to determine what your, who is the actual winner of the Ambrosia side of the playoffs.
Yeah, it's tough enough to get a tie, so it'll be hard to get a win, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, your routing was extremely aggressive, and I liked it. Both of you also skipping left side swamp, which clearly had nothing of importance in it.
Yeah, I always play aggressive. I was a bit all over the place in the beginning. When I found the Moon Pearl, I saved and quit instead of just doing hookshot cave and that stuff. So that was really bad. I didn't want to do that, and then I just went for all the light world checks to get the boots, and I found them pretty early. I think. I don't know if Hitsu found them earlier, but I was kind of happy with that.
Well, you
Kermit,
got
You actually were the
Kermit-
first one to get the boots, Kermit.
Yes, because Hitsuyan went ahead and did the hookshot cave, but in the end, you both ended up kind of last locationing that green pendant.
Yeah.
I also want to question. This is somewhat akin to what happened on Death Mountain for you, Kermit. What was your mentality with Hera? Did you not know how to do Hera Pot without boots?
I've only done it like once or twice, and I wasn't very sure about it, so I just wanted to check if the big key is, on the ground, so I can get it faster. And then I just went out to leave it for later.
All right, it ended up working out for you.
Yeah.
You in the end.
I had a 7-minute hour.
Yeah, Hitsuyan had a little bit of trouble with the bomb setup, unfortunately.
The worst thing was, at the end, I had the setup completely right and moved away from the thing instead of hookshotting. And then I was thinking what I'm doing, going down, going not.
Yeah,
because I was sure maybe Kermit is also here at the same time, because the seed was pretty linear at the start, I think. And yeah, I expected that he do instant the Hera pot and I'm 3 minutes behind. That's always, when I fail something, I'm thinking instantly I'm behind. And do some weird thing.
I felt ahead in the beginning, but it took more and more time to find the flute, and then I thought I'd lost because I skipped many things and had to go back and do that stuff later, and that cost so much time. But I'm glad I somehow got the tie, so I've got another chance.
You got another chance, and that's all your team needs right now. Speaking of your teams, though, your folks, of course, these two teams this game will be redone here at a later point in time during the week. But tomorrow at 2:10 will be Dragon Strike versus Raymond for their Game 3 match, which will be a standard mode sync thing we saw here, but it will be map compass shuffle and randomized swords. That is the settings that were chosen for their players' power to take part in for their third game of the set. And of course, other matches that are going on right now. Coming up here in about 40 minutes time on SpeedGaming 4, we will have Team I Like Big Boots versus Team Kind of Random Retired, Relkin versus Super Nintaylor. And coming up on tonight at 9 p.m., I actually alluded to this a little bit earlier, we have another match between Kind of Random Retired versus I Like Big Boots. It's Keong versus Zero Rush. That is their player's power game. The previous one was their player's wisdom, Ambrosia. And that is the all dungeons inverted Key Sanity swordless game. Oh boy, is that one going to be a thing to watch. And then later tonight, folks, CLW versus Team Double Dippers, Pika Pals, and Swaggerlisters will be taking part in their match as well. It doesn't have a note to say what kind of game that is, though. So stay tuned and you'll have something good to watch there. And the restream for their Game 3 has yet to be determined, so keep an eye on the schedule for that match. And of course, while you're at it, make sure, of course, to follow Kermit and Hitsuyan for putting on probably the best race I've seen thus far. I'm going to be honest with you two. This is the first time I've ever seen a true tie in a randomizer race.
That was my first tie too.
Yeah.
In a 1v1 at least.
That's right. All right, so make sure to follow these two runners, of course. Also, make sure to follow SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming's 2 through 6 so you don't miss any racing action, not just the Link to Best Randomizer League. And of course, these runners were also featured on the German restream, I believe. So make sure to follow SpeedGaming Deutsch, along with our other foreign language restreams if that's the language you speak. We have SpeedGaming Espanol,
SpeedGaming Francês and SpeedGaming Portuguese. I don't know how to pronounce Portuguese, I'm sorry. And of course, we also have the ALTTPR League and the ALTTPR League 2 through 4, in which we host those league matches we cannot get over here on SpeedGaming if we can do so. And of course, make sure to also follow my co-commentator Ricky Okakiri and our tracker as well, Dark Diplomat, for putting on an excellent show with me here tonight. And you can give me a follow as well. I have been Wolflink0370, and for all of us here at the Link to Vast Randomized League, we shall see you all next time. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.